But sticking in the SEC West, let's kick it on down to Oxford, where, of course, we got one of the biggest quarterback competitions in the conference taking place. The Southern Cal transfer, Jackson Dart, the presumed favorite in that battle. You got Luke Altmyer, who played in the Sugar Bowl. He played against Auburn. He didn't look spectacular by any means. Looked like, certainly, it's unfair to even probably say this, but the offense took a huge step back. Of course, he was replacing Matt Corral, who's probably going to be a first-round pick, and had he stayed healthy, was probably going to be a Heisman finalist. So, of course, a true freshman stepping in, there's going to be a huge drop-off. How far has Luke Altmyer come this offseason is going to determine how realistic, how tough of a battle this really is with Jackson Dart, who's got loads of potential. So let's kick it over to Lane Kiffin. So he gives a brief update here on the quarterback battle.
I know it's kind of coach speak. Both guys have made a lot of plays, and it's a good competition without getting into too much depth. Probably, Jackson's made more plays down the field, but he's made more mistakes too, kind of big little, where Luke's been a little more consistent that way. Probably what would happen, knowing one guy's been in the system longer. So we'll see.
So not a ton there from Kiffin, but we do actually have comments from Zach Evans, the new running back down there, transfer from TCU. He gave a lot better comment, I thought, when asked about these quarterbacks. Let's kick it over to Zach Evans real quick.
Both of them boys got a rifle connected to their arm. So I think they switch. Now, I can't speak much about their situation, but they switch. Some go with the ones one day, and then with two the next day, and then sometimes we just alternate just to see who's going to be hot. Then once they get hot, we get it rolling like that.
Now, back to Kiffin. This man is he's got a love affair with Michael Trigg, the transfer tight end from Southern Cal. And interestingly enough, this is Jackson Dart, Michael Trigg. These are two players Zach Evans himself said he helped recruit to Ole Miss. Zach Evans came first and really got this portal ball rolling here, so to speak, in Oxford. So credit Zach Evans for doing everything he can to surround himself with some elite talent down there in Oxford. But Lane Kiffin just continues to praise this Michael Trigg. Looks like a grown man out there who I believe he's got 4 years of eligibility remaining for Ole Miss after just playing one season at Southern Cal. And then possibly getting some big additions here in some early enrollees. Kayshawn Judkins, a running back, and defensive back Davison Agbeninson. I'm sure I butchered that, but both those early enrollees standing out to Lane Kiffin during spring camp.
Lane, just in terms of the early enrolled freshmen, it looked like Davison and Judkins were getting some pretty good run. Are those guys who you could see contributing early?
I do. I think both those guys have come in with a unique mindset. They don't seem like, remember, these guys are really high school seniors. They don't seem that way, and so whenever you recruit guys, you see how they are as players, but you're not really sure how they're going to be maturity-wise once they get here. So they've done a good job learning things and are going in there and playing with the ones.
Trigg made some real circus-like kind of grown man catches on Saturday in that scrimmage. I know we asked you about him last week, but what are you seeing from Michael Trigg? How's he going to fit in that offense?
Yeah, he's just a unique skill set, and Knox was here and we were talking about it afterwards, and you just said grown man catches, and I was trying to describe what it looks like. It's kind of like, when the older guys play with the younger guys, and there's the guy in high school playing with the junior high kids. That's kind of how he plays. He's not necessarily faster and quicker than everybody, but his ball control and his length, he's just, it looks like he's, even though he's younger than them because he's a freshman, it looks like he's older than them, playing with younger guys. It's very unique.
And speaking of Zach Evans, this is someone that should fit right into this Lane Kiffin offense and poised to have a huge, huge season. He's got something to prove as well, coming from TCU. All SEC fans should know the Zach Evans name, the saga there, Texas A&M, Texas, Georgia, Tennessee, all these schools, I believe even Alabama was battling heavily for the former 5-star running back. And I believe he was the one that signed with Georgia, and then he had to get out. He's trying to get out of it, and there was so much drama there. But he had some solid seasons at TCU, but now he's got to prove it at a different level, following Gary Patterson retiring there at TCU, and that is something kind of Zach Evans hit on. He feels like he's got something to prove. Feels like he was underutilized at TCU. And I threw in this last one just because I thought it was hilarious. But the tempo that they run there in Oxford, something that Zach Evans has never been a part of. So that was probably the biggest learning curve to playing in Oxford.
You feel any expectations on you? I mean, in terms of what you've done at TCU and bringing that here?
I don't feel a ton of bunch of expectations, but I feel like it's a big difference. I feel like I got a point to prove. A lot of people feel like the competition in Big 12 is weaker, so I just want to show that I can be able to adapt.
Stat lines kind of varies all over the place.
Now, me personally, I feel like I was underused. Not a knockoff against them, because not saying they don't know what they're doing, but I just feel like I could have did a lot more, could contributed a lot more to the team.
Has it been tough adjusting to the tempo? I know Ole Miss runs a different kind of speed.
Now, that tempo is something serious. I'm not used to going that fast. So at TCU, we did kind of tempo, but it was kind of like slowed down, in the game. But here, I think it's every 30 seconds, that tempo. You generally just, my biggest thing, they was just pushing me to get back up and keep going. Because after I got hurt at TCU, I was out for 6 months. So my biggest thing was getting back in shape. So their biggest thing for me was to just get up, keep going, keep pushing, keep running.